What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Crystal Divine and you are watching My Indigenous Lifestyles YouTube channel. Okay, My Indigenous Lifestyle is about doula services. Okay, so I speak on a lot of things pertaining to childbirth and afterbirth care and even prenatal care. Excuse me. If any of that sounds like something you would be interested in, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you're already subscribed to my channel, much love to you. Thanks for coming back. Today I'm gonna talk to y'all about uneven milk supply. I'm trying to hit you guys with some breastfeeding videos because those seem to be my most popular videos. So uneven milk supply, something that is pretty simple, but something that happens very often to women who are breastfeeding, and it can happen for numerous amount of reasons. And when it does happen to you, it's extremely hard and difficult because trying to get your breast milk supply back up is just almost impossible. Almost impossible. So that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. Y'all know I got my notes so I don't forget anything out. This is a pretty common thing. You know, sometimes the baby can just favor one breast in particular. Me personally, for the most part, I've had an even milk supply, except for my last one. I had a situation where one of my nipples was very, very sore. I did a whole story time about this too, so go ahead and check that video out. But that caused me to not feed on that breast, so I was feeding more so on the other breast, and either the other breast, you know, got really, really big, or the one I wasn't feeding on got really, really small. But either way, that was one time that I experienced having an uneven milk supply. And it was not easy. Check out that story time. Most of us don't know that it's very common to have different amount of milk in each breast. One breast could have more milk making tissue than the other, or even different sized milk ducts. It's also possible to have one breast with a more forceful letdown. Your letdown kind of has to be just right for the baby, because if it's too much, you know, then the baby's gonna like push away, and if it's too little, then the baby's gonna start to get real frustrated. Comfort also plays a big role in uneven milk supply because, you know, your baby needs to be comfortable in order to latch on properly at that. And you have to be wary too of, like, if your baby is having an ear infection and maybe that's why the baby doesn't want to lay on a particular side, or maybe both sides. It could be an ear infection in both ears, or even some type of birth injury that hasn't been noticed yet. Another thing to be wary of is like previous breast trauma. You know, like maybe you had an injury to your breast, or you had surgery. Those are definitely reasons that could create a scenario where your milk supply is uneven. Breast implants, I don't know too much about breast implants, but that might be a factor to consider too. And nipple piercings. I don't have nipple piercings, but I don't know if that, you know, plays a part in your milk production as well too. Lastly, bottles. Baby bottles. They can cause confusion. And not only just for the baby, but, you know, also for your body, because your body gets signals that you need more from the actual act of breastfeeding. So if you're not breastfeeding as much because you're bottle feeding, you know, that can send confusing signals to the body as well. What I can say about breast milk and breastfeeding is it's a supply and demand process. So like, and I did a video on this too, when should you start breastfeeding. I'll make sure I put that in the link as well. Put that link in the description box as well. You want to start breastfeeding right away because, like I said, it's a supply and demand process. So the earlier you start sending those signals to your body, like produce milk, produce milk, produce milk, then the better your results are going to be. But here's the good news, you know, your baby can nurse even if the one breast is producing less amount of milk than the other. Your baby can still nurse on both of those breasts, unless you're in a situation like me where you had sore nipple and it was just too painful to baby. Some signs to know, other than the fact that your breasts are huge or one is bigger than the other, pay attention to your baby. Is your baby fussy on a particular breast? Is your baby getting full fast on the other breast? Is your baby favoring one breast more than the other because the other one happens to be on the lower side of producing milk? But pay attention to baby, because baby, you know, will send you cues that, hey, something is not right or something is different. And moms also have to be wary too, because we might have a position that we favor more than the other, and we may not even notice that we're doing that. So got to pay attention to us and how we're breastfeeding as well. Let's get into some tips on how to help get that milk supply up, okay? There's things you can eat: green leafy veggies, ginger, carrots, yams, papaya. I even saw whole oats is good to eat. Of course, we all know about oatmeal, mother's milk tea. They have those in various different brands. Beer, nursing pillows, and posture. Posture is very, very important with breastfeeding, especially depending on the position that you're doing. And of course, drinking more water. Drinking more water will definitely help. Drinking water just helps everything. Like, drink some water, girl. It's gonna help. It's gonna help whatever you got going on in your life, I promise. More tips. Start on the slow side. If you are having an issue with uneven milk supply and you're trying to get them back on track, whenever you breastfeed, start with the slow side first, because when babies first latch on and eat, they eat very vigorously, okay? Like, they're just like, you know, and then they start to like slow down or whatever. So by putting the baby on the slow breast first, when their energy is at its highest, that can send signals to the body to, you know, produce more, and at a rapid rate. The more you nurse, the better it's going to be ultimately. So try to nurse on that slow breast as much as possible, and you know, you may have to just start on that and keep going until baby just is so fussy, and then go to the other breast and, you know, make it work like that. But the only way you're going to get it to increase is to get those signals out to the body. Something else, a hand massage. Try a hand massage, like from the outer breast all the way to the nipple, because that's a form of stimulation, and stimulation is ultimately sending signals to the body as well. So you can do that too. And the last thing I want to say is to just limit tight clothing, like tight shirts, tight bras. We need to be giving our breasts air to breathe and to just allow our insides to flow. Oh, one thing that I did forget too, guys, I did not know about this, so I just found out about this position, but it's called dangle feeding. And dangle feeding is basically when you have the baby on their back on the floor, and you're like bent over them on your hands and knees, and the breast is able to dangle into the baby's mouth. This is a way to get the milk ducts unclogged. So yeah, I thought that was real interesting, and try it out, because it just might be the thing to work. Nobody ever told me about that, but apparently, you know, it's not a big secret. There's a lot of moms out there who know about it, who have tried it and said it worked for them. So yeah, try that out as well. So I'm almost at 20 minutes, y'all. I'm about to end this video. That's all I had to say about uneven milk supply. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. That was real aggressive, like, guys for tuning in to another one of my videos. I will see you on the next video. Go ahead and like it. Drop some comments below if you have any tips or any stories about your personal experience with uneven milk supply. Please share them, comment below, and subscribe. Again, if you are not already subscribed, subscribe to my channel so you can be notified every time I post a video, because I'll be posting some bomb videos, like, for real. Y'all, my hair has been sticking out like this the whole video. And I have tried to tuck it in 4 or 5 times, and now it want to tuck in.